Great Nigeria youth.
Great.
Build the nation.
Build the youth.
Build the youth.
Build the nation.
I came here to stand on behalf of the Honorable Minister, Malam Muhammad Musa Bello, and the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Ramatu Tijani Aliyu, to receive your concerns and demands. You have submitted a 10-point demand, and as you stated, you wanted response and actions within 10 days. The demands are very sweeping. They cut across all the sectors. And one thing that I've also observed in your demands is your genuine concern for the growth and development of FCT. For instance, I don't know how many of you are working in the system, but you said you want the implementation of the FCT Civil Service Commission Act to ensure career progression of the workforce and also to promote inclusion. Your leadership are not staff of the FCTA, and therefore such concerns are not selfish, but they are driven by genuine interest in the welfare of others. I want to thank you for all this. I also want to thank you for your concern on the overall development of the city. You wanted to see the satellite towns developed, the urban areas developed, transportation improved, healthcare services improved. But before I take this letter to them, it is important I mention 2 or 3 things. One, I don't know how many of you live in Duse axis. By this time last year on Duse axis, you will spend 3 hours within Duse alone before you can cross. The Honourable Minister directed that by December, he wants the road to be thoroughfare. If you still live around that area this time, you can bear witness to what has been done there. I don't know how many of us are following the development in our schools. That road is just one among the many that are ongoing. Honourable Minister in April committed that the road from Karishi to Apo should be completed by June. However, due to issue of capacity of the contractor, we are working with them to ensure that the road is completed. The contractors are fully back on site. They are working, and we believe that not later than the first quarter of 2022, that road should be completed. These are just few of the many roads. If you go around the city, you will see that Abuja has returned to being a construction site. The NAFDAC junction, the work on the bridge is ongoing. OSEX, ISEX, all of them, the works have resumed. When you go to the school system, what is happening there? Our teachers and students are blazing the trail all over. One of our principal was adjudged the best principal in Nigeria during the recently concluded National Teachers Day. A dilapidated school that has no capacity cannot produce that. In work, the performances of our students are very credible. In various competitions, debate, SAGE competition, which many of you know, the students of FCT are blazing the trail. A weak institution cannot achieve those capacities. What are we saying in the area of security? I want to thank you. I want to thank God. I want to thank all our security agencies for the recent accomplishment. 6 prominent Nigerians were kidnapped in University of Abuja. I have heard all that you said. This demand will be taken fully to the Honourable Minister. You will see the responses. We will continue to engage with you as we do this, because the business of government is business of inclusion. It is no longer the usual situation of they against you, but now it is partnership. We will continue to engage with you so that you will know more of what we are doing. In this way, I think we will use our energy constructively on building. Before I end, let me encourage you, let me advise, and let me solicit your support. Security business is everybody's business. If you see something, you should say something. In your community, do you see people of questionable character? Do you see aliens migrating in that have nothing doing, and do you see somebody whom you know to be pauper yesterday and suddenly go to affluence today? Let us mention this. You are closer to the people. We need this information from you. The security agencies need this information to enable them support us in curbing security in our beautiful unity city, Abuja. Once again, I thank you sincerely for the decorum you maintain, for the respect for the authority, and we assure you that all your demands will be carefully looked into, and we engage with you to help you see what we are doing on them.
We are not ready to take up our future for ourselves. But as FCT youth, we are trying to say the notion is wrong, that we are ready to demand for justice, we are ready to demand for equity, and we are ready to demand for accountability. We are also ready to be part of progress, and we are ready to be part of success story in our dear capital territory. We have come here in mass today, organized and very peacefully, to come and demand for an improved service delivery from the Federal Capital Territory Administration. We have came to say why is security system not being worked upon so as for us to have a safer Federal Capital Territory. We are coming here to have asked, or to ask that why is our educational system, why is our one and only university in Abaji not being taken up since approval has been made for budget to have been given. We have came to ask that why is our roads being dilapidated, why is projects not being spring up. We have came to ask that why is housing projects, we are supposed to have mass housing estate to have taken care of so many young people around and the elderly who could not afford millions of naira that tenants are asking people to pay. We have came to ask that the indigents, why are they not being the master plan being reviewed so that so many of the indigents can be well taken care of and the residents can also not be left around. So these are so many questions, about 10 of them, that we have came together to ask the authority that people are watching, international people are watching, other states are, well, FCT used to be the envy of all the states, but now in a few years we are getting it wrong, and we are now telling the authority to say the youth are ready to assist them in anywhere they think we can come in, and if we do not come and say this, that means they will believe they are doing the right thing. But coming now to tell them that no, see, we are watching from afar, it's about public opinion. If you are doing good, we are still the same set of people that will come and tell you are doing good, but right away they are not doing good at all, and they need to do better. Of course, yeah, the secretary, it's representing the administration, and as civil Nigerian youth, when you come with an agitation and you have seen someone attended to your agitations to have given responses, and he has told us that he will get back to the management, review our points, and get back to us. I think that's fair on their side. We will now go back to tell our young people to say, yes, in 2 weeks, let us see the developmental stride that will come. But if they do not do that, we'll come back on. It doesn't take us anything to come back on the streets and do the same thing we are doing. We are energetic and we are ready. Of that, I just said 2 weeks. Yes.
So, okay, my name is Yunusa Amadou Yusuf, a co-convener of this gathering. Today, just like my first speaker has said, we are here because we have raised germane issues that has to do with service delivery, improved service delivery for residents of FCT. And we are saying that the minister has been here for 6 years. There are some expectations of the residents that have not been met, and that therefore I think it's our responsibility to raise questions, because having been bestowed with the responsibility by Mr. President, he is the Governor General of FCT, and if at all we are not getting what the dividends of good governance is, we should be able to raise questions. And we have given 2 weeks as an ultimatum, where we have raised questions, areas we have raised serious questions that we want immediate improvement in such areas. If we are not satisfied, we will have to call on the usual support of the media to tell the whole world again our sad story. But for now, we want to be civil, because we are not politically motivated for this. We are Nigerians who have genuine concerns, who have come here. So that is the reason why we say, okay, now that we have raised questions of this magnitude, we expect to see results or changes in areas, we have raised questions in areas of education, security, in areas of the welfare of the youth, or skills acquisition, empowerment. There are so many areas that we have raised 10 points agendas, and then we hope that the minister will do the needful and quickly step up his game to meet up the demands and the yearnings of the residents. Thank you.
Your name again?
Yunusa Amadou Yusuf. Okay, my name is Yunusa Amadou Yusuf, a co-convener of this gathering. Today, just like my first speaker has said, we are here because we have raised germane issues that has to do with service delivery, improved service delivery for residents of FCT. And we are saying that the minister has been here for 6 years. There are some expectations of the residents that have not been met, and that therefore I think it's our responsibility to raise questions, because having been bestowed with the responsibility by Mr. President, he is the Governor General of FCT, and if at all we are not getting what the dividends of good governance is, we should be able to raise questions. And we have given 2 weeks as an ultimatum, where we have raised questions, areas we have raised serious questions that we want immediate improvement in such areas. If we are not satisfied, we will have to call on the usual support of the media to tell the whole world again our sad story. But for now, we want to be civil, because we are not politically motivated for this. We are Nigerians who have genuine concerns, who have come here. So that is the reason why we say, okay, now that we have raised questions of this magnitude, we expect to see results or changes in areas. We have raised questions in areas of education, security, in areas of the welfare of the youth, or skills acquisition, empowerment. There are so many areas that we have raised 10 points agendas, and then we hope that the minister will do the needful and quickly step up his game to meet up the demands and the yearnings of the residents. Thank you.
Your name?